Hey guys, how's it going? Cooterz here. Today we're gonna look at a few tips that I found out in 1.1 that I wish I knew when I first started the game, because some of these are pretty awesome. All right, guys, so here I am in the game itself. The one thing I noticed when I first logged in, I don't know if this is set for everyone else, but it was for me, that my game looked a little blurry. Like, it's running fine and everything, but I noticed when I zoomed in that Kerbin here, she looks blurry, like everything else kind of looks off. And the one thing I noticed is they did add new graphic settings, but the one thing I realized is that my render resolution was set to 0.8. I don't know if it was by default, but I know changing this to 1.0, you can notice that it's far sharper. And this is what the game felt like for me when I was playing in 1.0. So that is a big thing here. If you guys notice that your game also looks a little bit blurry, I would up that render resolution. You can up it even more. You're gonna drop some frames for sure, but this looks great for me compared to before. So definitely take a look if your game does look a little blurry. All right, tip number 2. This one is quite the big one here. This was outlined in the patch notes, but if you guys didn't know, back before in 1.0, you could set people out on expeditions, right? But while they're out on expeditions, you couldn't actually use those characters. They're unusable. You would have to bring them back or cancel them from their expedition. Now in 1.1, you can actually send your characters on expeditions, and you can still use them anywhere in dungeons and abyss, you know, just in open worlds. As you can see, I'm using Kerbin here in my main party, as well as some of these other people. I'll rotate them in and out. Kerbin's here, and you know, I can use her anywhere I go. I can easily go to my party setup. I can put. You saw Amber was in, I believe, Liyue. I can take out, you know, Diona here, put in Amber, and I can use her just fine. Pretty big changer, and it actually makes a lot of characters like Kerbin a lot better, because her special passive is that her expeditions in Liyue are 25% shorter. So really big, you know, big improvement there. If you want to send them out for a 20 hour, I do everything on 20 hours because I don't play the game all the time. But for some people who maybe played a bit more, maybe you want to set it to like a 12. So if you have in a schedule where you can just, you know, collect it right after 12 hours and put it back out. But a huge update, which is kind of hidden away in the patch notes on the very bottom of the list. But definitely take advantage of this if you haven't been already. All right, guys, for this last tip, I'm going to show you something that exists now in the key binding. So now you can actually change your key binds if you want. But going through this list, you might notice that there are some new key binds. Now, I don't know if this is a new one, but I definitely didn't know this before. So if you guys didn't know this, you might actually really want to use this. So switching the party members are the same 1, 2, 3, and 4, and 5. 5 being the person on trial usually. And there's a new thing here that says switch to party member and use elemental burst. It's default to left alt plus switch character. Basically, what this does is instead of having to switch the character and then press your Q, if you have it set to your elemental burst to your Q, now you can just hold down the left alt and then hit the according number, and you'll automatically queue that up, and it'll do it in one go. So let's just see how this goes. First I'm going to show you switching to Amber and hitting her Q without holding the left alt button. This is how it worked before. I would have to switch and then line it up here. But now if I were to go to Kerbin instead, I'm just going to hit left. I'm going to hit left alt and 1 right here, and in one go it switches and hits her alt. No delay in between. It makes it so much better if you're trying to do quick kills, you know, stuff in Abyss or whatever, and you can't lose any time. It's just a huge thing to remember. Definitely keep that in mind to see the left alt plus the, you know, plus the number for your party. You can switch it obviously if you want to, but I feel like it's a pretty good keep on. It's at least something you should be aware of because it definitely saves a ton of time. All right, guys, that's pretty much it. Hopefully you guys learned something with these 3 tips. If you guys knew everything, well, at least, you know, it's something that maybe you can tell your friends, tell other people who play the game, because to me, 3 of these things that are now in the game are pretty big. If you missed out on any of them, you know, maybe it's holding back your gameplay just a little bit, especially the expeditions. I feel like that's one of the largest ones. But anyway, if you guys like the video, hit the thumbs up button, obviously. If you didn't, you know, I don't know, smack the thumbs down. That's cool. But hopefully, like I said, hopefully you learned something. And do remember to do big, do good, and do you. And I'll see you guys in the next video.